You woke up fine. Actually, genuinely fine. And then something small happened. A tone in someone's message. Traffic that made you 2 minutes late. A comment that shouldn't have landed, but did. And just like that, the whole day was gone. Not to a crisis, to a reaction. Here's what I want you to understand. The problem isn't that things bother you. The problem is that you were never taught the difference between feeling something and being controlled by it. Those are not the same thing. And once you see the difference, everything changes. Most of us live reactively. Something happens, and we respond automatically. Before we've even finished reading the email, the story is already forming. Before the conversation is over, the wound already feels real. We've outsourced our emotional state to whatever the world decides to throw at us today. Traffic makes us angry. A cold reply makes us anxious. Someone else's success makes us feel behind. We spend our lives trying to control what happens outside us, instead of learning to master what happens within us. And we exhaust ourselves chasing stability in a world that will never stop moving. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You cannot control the waves. You can only learn to stop drowning in them. Before we go further, I need to address something most videos on this topic get wrong. Not being bothered is not the same as not feeling. It is not numbness. It is not emotional shutdown. It is not building walls so thick that nothing can reach you. That's not peace. That's a prison. Real equanimity, the kind the Stoics, the Buddhists, and the Taoists all pointed to, is not the absence of feeling. It's the presence of an inner foundation deep enough that feelings can move through you without sweeping you away. Think of the difference between a puddle and the ocean. A stone thrown into a puddle disturbs the entire surface. The same stone thrown into the ocean barely leaves a ripple. The goal isn't to stop the stones. The goal is to become the ocean. Viktor Frankl survived unimaginable suffering and came out the other side with one central insight. Between what happens to you and how you respond, there is a space. And in that space lives your freedom. The Stoics practiced this obsessively. Marcus Aurelius described the ideal mind as a rocky cliff against which waves crash constantly, yet the rock remains unmoved. Not because it doesn't feel the waves, but because it is rooted in something the waves cannot reach. The Taoists offered the image of water. Water doesn't fight the rocks in the river. It moves around them, over them, through them, without losing direction, without losing itself. And the Buddhist concept of upekkha, equanimity, is not detachment or coldness. It's the quality of a mind so grounded in the present moment that it cannot be stolen by the past or the future. 3 different traditions, one timeless lesson. Build a depth within yourself that the surface of life cannot shake. Here's how you start building it. The next time something bothers you, before you react, take one breath. Just one. And in that breath, ask yourself, is this worth my peace? Not every time will the answer be no. Some things deserve your full response. But most things become much smaller the moment you pause long enough to truly see them. That single breath is the gap, and the gap is everything. Because here is the last question. What if nothing could steal your peace unless you allowed it?